the channel, we say Doctor, Doctor, please, with the G.I. Joe Retro Hasbro Dr. Mindbender.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Retro card unboxing and review. And today we got one of the all-timers. We got Dr. Mindbender. But for all your Dr. Mindbender needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15%. Got to get a deal out there. However, in a plot twist, mine came from Hasbro Pulse. That was the first one that shipped out to me. So I gladly accepted the package at the door, of course. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. A little controversial in more ways than one is one Dr. Mindbender. Of course, what was it? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? What is time anymore? He was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, part of the G.I. Joe Classified line. And I believe on the unboxing of that one, we said, it sucks, it's hard to get, it's an exclusive at San Diego. We all know the rigmarole with all that, but we knew that he would come back for the masses eventually. Same thing we said about Serpentor. Just wait, he'll be back out to the masses eventually. They'll find a way. There's too much meat on the bone, and meat means money. Same thing with Dr. Mindbender. So we are getting a more dumbed down one, not as many accessories, but for a lot of collectors, probably just enough here with Dr. Mindbender. Dr. Mindbender, always going to be my favorite orthodontist of all time. When I was a little kid, I was always dreaming that I'd go to the orthodontist and Dr. Mindbender would be it. Unfortunately, it was not him. It was some guy, and he was an old guy and stuff. And I had braces for a long time as a kid, so I wasn't a big fan of the orthodontist. You'd have to go there, get them tightened, and most people can relate to having braces in this day and age. But they tighten those things up. You couldn't feel your teeth. You couldn't eat for a couple of days. Couldn't eat hard candy, couldn't do any of that kind of stuff. A lot of wild times over the years with braces. And one time I had an unfortunate run-in with a rogue Jolly Rancher that I wasn't supposed to have. And it was a wild time on a Sunday with me digging through my dad's tools trying to take my braces off. That's a story for the podcast if there ever was one. But I used to have to go get those tightened all the times. I used to have rubber bands back in the day. I had a headgear. I had to wear a headgear at night for a while. I also had a retainer. Oh my gosh, it was hard times with my teeth, but I am thankful my parents, I guess, got my teeth fixed. I don't know. Anyways, all these years later, it's looking real good over here, of course. But Todd McFarlane and I got in a huge fight. Todd McFarlane on the couch. Todd, now you want to say it for the people here, or you want me to repeat it? Yeah, he's not talking today, but you said he's going to offend a lot of orthodontists out there. He said to me that orthodontists aren't real doctors. They're not real doctors. They're just an orthodontist. Just like a guy is a checker at a grocery store. He doesn't, I don't know. I don't know how you compartmentalize these things, Todd McFarlane. But Todd said to me that orthodontists aren't doctors. They're not real doctors. Well, Dr. Mindbender will be the first to tell you differently right here. He's got doctor in his name, literally right there. So Todd McFarlane getting a lot of heat with the orthodontists out there. And hopefully I don't have a lot of heat with this Dr. Mindbender because I love Dr. Mindbender. To me as a kid, I loved G.I. Joe. But Arise, Serpentor Arise solidified my absolute love for the G.I. Joe brand. And I know it's a little controversial. Some people said that's their least favorite. For me, my age bracket, where I came into it, I was eating it up with a fork and a spoon. And yes, I would go to KFC and get a spork, of course, a time or two as well. But Dr. Mindbender, an absolute favorite of mine back then. I could just hear his voice in my head. And man, talk about a radical guy. He says, I don't need a shirt, but I will take that cape. I will take that cape. No shirt, but cape, yes. My kind of guy right here, old Dr. Mindbender. Throw a monocle on there and a crazy mustache. It does not get cooler than this. Really, it really doesn't. Oh yeah, Flint. Yeah, Flint gets cooler than this. But besides Flint, doesn't get cooler than this. G.I. Joe logo up there. Cobra, the enemy. And oh, is he ever. Classic artwork over there. Of course, the card over there on the side, or the bubble, I should say, of Dr. Mindbender. Looking very similar to the last release. We will compare those along the way. You know how we do that here. 4 and up, you 3-year-olds can't handle a trip to the orthodontist yet. You're too young. Too young. Your teeth are still coming in at 3, so can't handle the orthodontist. But you 4-year-olds, welcome in. Welcome in. Of course, on the back, we got Rock and Roll. We got the Cobra Viper. We already unboxed both of those on the channel. Check out both of those reviews while you're at it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the Joe stuff, among many other things as well. Jibber jabber for days. UPC down there, and then my beloved file card back here. Let's see what it says about our old friend, Dr. Mindbender. His role, a master of mind control. Dr. Mindbender was once an orthodontist who made the tragic mistake of experimenting on himself while tinkering with electronic brainwave simulation as means of relieving dental pain. He underwent a complete personality change and became hateful, deceitful, and vain. His personal mission is now to bring the miracle of thought control to everyone. Everyone, even you watching this right there. And if I'm not mistaken, top and front, feel free to fact check this. I'm not sure. I heard this once upon a time that Duke, we all know Duke, the not the real leader of G.I. Joe. We know all about Duke and all of his issues over the years. We've talked about it at length in about every single G.I. Joe video on the channel. It's kind of our thing after all this time. But I did hear the story that Duke was too cheap. Yes, too cheap to get his kids. Yes, he has kids, and he doesn't like to talk about them. He doesn't come out proud with them. He's just an absentee father, really, at the end of the day. But he did pay for their orthodontal work. Now, where you go with the story, Kyle? Well, guess what? Duke's so cheap, he took his kids to Dr. Mindbender as their orthodontist. Yes, it's true, Todd McFarlane. Look it up. Google it. So Duke was having his kids go to Dr. Mindbender. All the while, Dr. Mindbender is an agent of Cobra, as we do know, which brings a little bit to the theory in the Cobra Viper unboxing that we did from this line, where we figured out Duke was actually one of these Vipers. It all comes full circle in this line here. Somebody fact check it. I wouldn't, because I'm 100% right. You guys know how it is. But let's get Dr. Mindbender out of the package. Let's bend a mind or two. How about that? What do we got going? Plastic. See you later. Up high. Just missed the ceiling. Just missed the dog on the floor, too. Sorry, Ace buddy. Spider-Man style. Bam! Off the screen. See you later. And then, of course, the classified stands. You know I love these stands. Why can't we get these on Hasbro Pulse? What are we doing here? But we do got the Cobra stand with him there. And we do got a thing or two with him. The old plastic prison. There's Mr. Mindbender. Got all those crazy orthodontal tools is what those are. I remember when my orthodontist would open my mouth and start shoving those things down my throat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was those things. I don't think it was anything else. Get your mind out of the gutter, McFarlane. We're going to get old Dr. Mindbender out of the package. Oh, maybe not. He's got a twist tie. He's playing all those McFarlane hits is what he's doing with those twist ties right there. Right around the waist. All right, are we almost there? Twist tie, pull that out. Bam! See you later. Shuffle off to the side. Then we got one little one here with one of these hoses. Oh, we got some tape. It's Cambodian. I can feel it. I can feel that Cambodian tape right there through the package. You know how it is. When you've unboxed as many figures as me, you start knowing the different tape supplies. And it looks like the Cambodian tribes are getting out to outside of McFarlane as well. See you later. Goodbye. Do got one of these hoses here. To me, I hate these hoses. I hated them when I was a little kid. I never used them. I just used my imagination that the hose was connected. Like blowtorch, of course. You'd be firing all that kind of stuff down. I wouldn't have the hoses connected. I'd just take them off because they got in the way and they always annoyed me. They always annoy me. You may be similar. You may be different here. But let's get down to the rest of the weapons right here. We do get a little pistol here for Mindbender. I feel like he needs a real weapon somewhere along the line. This always works really good. He has the holster on the side, so he can just pull that out and fire away if he needs to. Got that ready to go. Then we got all these wild weapons and stuff. Some reuse, of course, of the past. This one was his most iconic, and I have no idea what any of these things really are named or anything. But, of course, the hose plugs into each one of these, however you want to do it. We do got this one. This was the weapon I usually used for him when I was a little kid playing. Silver on the end, got the black. Then we got another one. This one a little bit fancier. This one looking very scientific, like shooting out some waves or something. It's going to do some mind control, I guess. Do have that. And then we got a little pistol right there. And then, of course, you plug in the hose on one end of that. You plug it into the other side of this. You choose your own adventure. We know how that goes. Or you can plug it just straight up into this one twice. So you can do that. But for me, I'm not going to be using this. A lot of this stuff is going to go in the baggie. I wanted to have more of a real feel as far as weapons. Maybe that's just me once again. But let's dive into Dr. Mindbender. First thing I want to check is the cape. Oh, beautiful. I'm very, very happy to see this. They got the Cobra logo on the back of the cape. So key to Dr. Mindbender for me. Something the San Diego Comic-Con one was missing. Very happy to see that on here. And I guess since we're talking cape, let's talk capes. Soft goods, beautiful soft goods. Cobra logo. Even has the hood kind of over there. Now, one watch out that we saw with the San Diego Comic-Con was we did have some staining. Like it was an AEW Jazzwares figure. We had some staining. I do not see any staining on this. Now, it could stain in the future. Fingers crossed it does not. But as of right now, no staining from the cape on him right here. But diving into the head sculpt, absolutely love it. That monocle would make Mr. Peanut blush. That's what it would do. Looking absolutely amazing there. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Playing all those human hits, of course. And man, a push broom that's just amazing there. I love the whimsical nature. Get a little mustache wax in there. You know he's waxing that bad boy up. Looks absolutely fantastic. This is Dr. Mindbender all day long to me. And one of the wildest things with Dr. Mindbender was, I'm guessing he started when he was an orthodontist, but man, he was always jacked up. He was always gassed to the gills, ready to go, always. That's why he's not wearing a shirt. He's got the six-pack going. He's got the veinage going there. He's not messing around, Dr. Mindbender. It's a wild look for sure. It almost reminds you of something from like Flash Gordon, like Ming the Merciless or something like that. But absolutely wild looks on him here. He's got the bicep bands in purple. It tightens those up, gives it a little bit more extra pump there. He's trying to show off, doing the curls for the girls, of course. Who knows what he's up to. Got the forearm guards here in the nice purple and silver attack. Purple and silver always go well together. Same thing with purple and black. Got the black gloves down here. Got 2 trigger hands out of the package. Holster off to the side we talked about. I don't know what this suspenders gimmick that he's got going on. That's a wild one if you ask me. Looking really crazy. It was crazy back then. It's crazy all these years later. He does got the nut cup in case, things go south. He's always got to have a nut cup ready to go there in silver. Got the purple pants down there, and then he's got those high boots there. Man, power move if there ever was one. Little silver trim, little black down there at the bottom. Looking absolutely amazing. He does got a spot on his side here where I guess if you want to stick a weapon in there, you can. You just got a spot where that will fit perfectly in there. So you can store some of that stuff, I guess, if you really wanted to on him. I don't know if that's exactly what it's for, but they will stick in there if you want them to. Nothing on the other side. But man, looks good. Love the skin tone color on him as well. Just all around good looking figure. Dr. Mindbender, one of the classic Joe characters. I guess depends who you ask, but one of my classic Joe characters for sure. Still remember getting the original one at Children's Palace as a little kid. And man, that was a big, big deal, especially when you had Serpentor too. You were reenacting Arise, Serpentor Arise, and many other things. Just so fun to get old Dr. Mindbender here. Now his articulation, of course, little butterfly action. Arms going to go all the way around for us. Bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows, playing all the hits. Hands back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side. You also got neck articulation as well, giving us all the hits right there. Nice ab crunch. Waist articulation a little bit in there. Big old splits if you need it. And you got those G.I. Joe drop down hips just in case. Thigh cut. Double jointed. Pinless knees, the hits continue. Boot cut, ankles, back forth, side to side, up and down. Of course, got a hole in the foot and also made in Vietnam. Of course, the Joe brand switching over to Vietnam. It's always weird. I always say, somebody needs to call Ventura.
Ever wonder if they're watching your every move? Cell phones, internet, surveillance. Think about it.
Conspiracy born every single minute, it does seem, after all these years, because Mattel, we saw a lot of stuff move to Vietnam. We saw a lot of Hasbro stuff move to Vietnam. It's like they were trying to get out ahead of the tariffs and some of the changes in the world economy and global trade policy and all that kind of stuff. It's almost like they got a heads up. Maybe not, maybe just conspiracy, but very, very interesting. But we do see these made in Vietnam now. So the nice thing about that is future tariffs, Vietnam, cheaper than China, at least as we do this video. That's good news for our Joes, our WWE Mattel Elites, and a few other lines as well. I think Transformers is also in Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. But there it is. Look at that. Fits on a Mattel Ringside Collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% at Ringside Collectibles. Dr. Mindbender, 2 big thumbs up for him here. But we did get the original version there from, of course, San Diego Comic-Con. And I hate to say it because obviously you had to travel San Diego Comic-Con. Well, you know what I mean. You could get in the lottery online. Yeah, I know. But this one, a lot more expensive, but not as good. The retro is better than this one. Yeah, there's a little bit more accessories there if that is your thing. But talking just straight up figure, I love the purple color, the brighter purple on the retro compared to the duller one we got over here. All day long, this is my Dr. Mindbender cape. That is such a big deal, a big difference between the two. Absolutely love that. We also got a less glossy skin tone on the new one than the old one. But besides that, very, very similar. And I can see some people saying, I got the San Diego Comic-Con one. I don't need this new one. I'd understand that as well. But if I had to choose between the two, I would get the retro. And the retro is going to save you a lot of money compared to this one. There's no doubt about it. So Dr. Mindbender Retro, absolutely a must-have pickup if you're collecting the G.I. Joe Classified Retro line here in 2025. But what say you? Yes, you, sitting on the couch right now, what do you think about this Dr. Mindbender? Is it here for you? Are you going to get this wayward orthodontist in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, check out YouTube channel memberships and Patreon for early access to all the videos, bonus content, you name it, it's all going down over there. Truly the best way to support the channel. I think it's like 15 cents a day, something ridiculous like that. So it's not very much, but check it out if you want early access and all kinds of stuff, including my podcast. And maybe I have to tell some orthodontist stories on the podcast one of these days. It is, of course, The Kyle Peterson Show every single Tuesday where podcasts are found. Video cast on YouTube. Check it out if you have not already. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, of course, The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. And my new book, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers, available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and via me. Appreciate all the support across the board. So for Dr. Mindbender Retro Edition, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?